because we are celebrating International Women's History Month all of March. So I'm super excited about the month of March. Thank you very much for that introduction. So as you guys heard, I'm Mika Vanveld. And this morning I'm going to speak to you guys about empowerment, being an inside job. So what is empowerment? The dictionary definition of empowerment is, it is the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. Now, when I think about empowerment, I think about my own journey. I think about my journey and my desire of overcoming adversity and what I had to do and what I continue to do on an everyday basis to even be standing in front of you this morning. So I'll give you a little bit about my background and my journey, if that's okay. So I'm a mother of 3 amazing boys. I have a 14-year-old, 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. I've been an entrepreneur now for about 20 years. Took a leap, wrote my first book, published, and became an international best-selling author. Thank you. That was my leap. But as I stand in front of you this morning, my life hasn't always been that way. So growing up, I was born and raised in Jamaica. I moved to Canada when I was 11 years old. And when I came to Canada, I realized that life was very different from how I grew up. I was raised by my grandparents. My mother, moved to Canada when I was a year old, so my grandparents took the job on to raise me. And at 11 years old, I had to transition into now developing and growing a relationship with my own mother. Fast forward a little bit, I started having my own children. And when I had my first son, something weird I realized was after I had him, it was difficult for me to connect with him. And I didn't know why. It took me about 3 months for me to be able to look at my child and say, I love you. And it was difficult, but I kind of brushed it off. I pushed it aside. I was like, you know what, it's hormones. It's fine. It's okay. I'll get over it. In 2011, I was pregnant with my 3rd child. And during the pregnancy, I had a business. I had a hair salon. I was really busy. And it came to a point where I realized, oh my God, I'm pregnant and I'm going to have to deliver this baby. But I realized that the setup of the business, it wasn't going to be able to sustain itself because I knew I was going to need time off to actually recover from my surgery. So I started to worry and I had a lot of stress. But then I also realized I wasn't gaining any weight in the pregnancy and I was always very sad, always crying. So I decided, okay, this is kind of getting out of control. I'm going to go visit my doctor. And when I went to visit my doctor and I kind of gave him the heads up as to what was going on, he listened to me. And he right away came up with a diagnosis. You're suffering from severe depression and anxiety. Now I'm 7 months pregnant, have my business, which was my dream, that wasn't going too well. And on top of that, I'm getting diagnosed with severe depression. I didn't know what this was. His only cure and recommendation was to start taking medication. So I go home and I tell my now ex-husband what the doctor had said. And he said, it's okay. It's all in your head. You'll be fine. And that's exactly what I thought. I'll be fine. So I started taking the medication and I started telling myself, it's okay, you'll be fine. But the only thing that would happen is I would feel numb to the world. I didn't want to see anybody. I couldn't feel anything. And when I finally had my son, I realized that I didn't want to take these pills anymore. I didn't like the way this medication was making me feel. But I had this desire, this burning desire, that I wanted to breastfeed my child. So I had a decision to make. You either take these pills, not breastfeed your child, or don't take these pills, suffer internally, but you're not going to be feeding into the desire to breastfeed your child. So I did the latter. I chose to breastfeed my child and I chose to take whatever would come with it. I just felt like I needed that bond. I didn't realize what was going on at the time. So after going through that experience, on top of that all, my ex comes to me and says, well, he's dealing with his own internal struggles. He now wants a divorce. So at that point, everything was done. Like, life was over, everything was shattering. But I had to go within. And this is how this whole theme comes together, empowerment being an inside job. Because I realized as I was going through all of the experiences, I kept looking on the outside. I kept looking to people. I kept looking to my ex at the time. I kept looking to the medication because I just wanted to feel better on the inside. But none of that worked until I brought myself to a place where I realized that the only way you'll find comfort in anything that you're dealing with is if you look within. You can't look to somebody else to make you happy, and you can't look to somebody else to make you feel better. The very first place to start is to look within your core. What resonates with you? What makes you feel good? It could be exercise. It could be makeup. It could be talking with a girlfriend, going out. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. But look within yourself to figure out what resonates with you as an individual. So I'm going to go back to the last part of my scripted speech. Why is empowerment an inside job? That's truly where transformation comes from, is when you look within. It's impossible for you to experience any type of transformation without transforming your roots, going deep to the core of where whatever issue you're dealing with is coming from. When you develop the internal muscle to start living in your power, you'll begin to experience true empowerment. And that's empowerment from the inside. And that empowerment will begin to radiate on the outside. So I actually wrote something I realized since I became a writer, that I have a spoken word gene. So I actually wrote a piece for you guys, and this is the first time actually performing it publicly, so bear with me. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this today, and I hope this empowers someone in the room. It's called I Am Woman. I am woman. I am strong. I am smart. I am fierce. I am woman. I am black. I am brown. I am white. I am woman. I am my sister. I am her keeper. I fix her crown and I stand beneath her. I am queen. I am the energy that flows from the base of my yoni to the crown of my tresses. That energy that flows through my internal tree of life that creates an explosion of thunder and lightning when I'm at my highest self, my greatest self, when I'm closest to source. When my eyes are open to the third power and my ego is faint, distant away. That distance which is like a path that lights up from my energy, that energy created to show my sisters the way, because it is paved in love. Ooh, that love. That universal language that spreads throughout the world, no matter what your creed, no matter what your race. We are all one, all from one human race. So I cherish you, my sister, my leader, my queen. Wear your crown and wear it well, because it will open doors that even you thought were shut. It will shine as far back in our generations so that our baby sisters can see that they, yes, they are strong. They are smart. They are fierce. They are black, they are brown, they are white. They, yes they are women. Thank you. Ooh, that was completely unexpected. I swear, something's in my eye. So before you get to it.
Yes, you know the question.
Yes, I do. So how can you guys get a hold of me? So on every table, I placed a bookmark, which is the bookmark for my book. It's called The Powerful Lessons I've Learned, Online Dating After Divorce. It chronicles some of the experiences I went through after I finally got divorced, but also the lessons I learned from them and how they brought me here today. So contact details are on there. Also, a website right now that's really near and dear to my heart. I'm in the middle of putting together an event at the end of April called Queen for the Day, You Are More Than Enough. And that is a conference that it's for all to attend, men and women, but it's mainly geared towards teaching women, teaching girls, showing them the importance of self-development, self-confidence, self-esteem from all levels. On the website, youarequeen.info, I actually have 2 contests running. So if you are a woman or you know a woman that is deserving of a makeover, you can go onto the website under why you should attend, and you'll see all the details for the conference, but it's really just filling out a form and sharing her story as to why she deserves a makeover. I'll be selecting 3 women at the end of March, and it'll be complete hair, makeup, outfit, the whole 9 yards. So you guys can check that out, youarequeen.info. Also, a part of the proceeds from the event will actually be sponsoring 10 young girls into a self-development program by Axe Donna Marie Services. She's located here in Toronto, and she really focuses on empowering young girls between the ages of 9 and 18, focusing on self-development, self-esteem, learning about, bullying strategies to use, even teaching them life skills like opening up a bank account and things that they should consider as they're transitioning from a young girl into womanhood. So if you guys have questions, I will be here until probably just after lunch. So yeah, thank you.
That was awesome. Wow, you feeling empowered now after that? Isn't that wonderful? Thank you so much.